Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be doing story time. And today's story is about when I first started having anxiety attacks and panic attacks. Um, First, I'll give you the background of how it all became in the first place, and then we'll go from there. Um, First off, I first started having anxieties. No, let me go back. Last year of 2016, me and my boyfriend of 4 years, 4.5 years, basically came to an end. It just wasn't working anymore, and it was just time. So we broke up. Um, I I personally feel like I didn't really get the closure that I needed. It was just kind of like a halt, and that's it. So yeah, that just really wasn't working for me. And I don't know. At first, I really thought that's what I wanted. And at first I just kind of had the attitude like, okay, well, if we break up, I'm gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. It's just another day, whatever, whatever. And in my head, that's really the way I thought that I was gonna feel. But after it was like officially like over, like this is really it, and it really started hitting me like what just happened, I literally just threw away and wasted the last 4.5 years of my life. I don't know, I guess reality really started setting in, like what had just happened. And all of a sudden the anxiety started. And I used to think that anxieties were, I don't know how to say this correctly, but I personally didn't feel like people of color really had anxieties and panic attacks and such, things like that. But boy, was I wrong. I just remember I couldn't sleep anymore. I mean, I have insomnia as it is, so I was already used to not sleeping, but this was different. It was more or less like I'm not sleeping, and now I have this very panicky feeling all the time. And it went from just having a panicky feeling to literally waking up out my sleep like in a full panic mode. I can't breathe. I have this feeling like I'm just like really scared, and it's like the room is closing in on me. And it's like no matter how big the room was, it's like it just wasn't big enough for me. It's like the whole room was swallowing me. I would have to run outside and practically like take off any clothing that I could, and it still wasn't enough. I still felt really smothered, like everything was just closing in on me, and I couldn't control it. I remember crying a lot. I remember having this worried feeling a lot, and I couldn't even tell you why I was crying. I couldn't tell you what I was worrying about. I just know that this is real. Something is happening. I don't know what it is, but we need to get it together quickly. That's all I remember for the most part. And at first, I kind of like tried to brush it off, like, okay, it's nothing. I'm just sad. Everybody gets sad when they go through a breakup, Some more than others, but, we're going to get through it. I don't know what it was, but it's like that first couple of weeks passed, and it didn't go nowhere. And then my ex would start, when he would call, he would like do and say certain things, and it would like trigger my anxieties even more. So he called I remember one time he called, and he's pretty much just like, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm in another relationship. But like, we literally just broke up like barely a month ago, and you're telling me you're in a relationship already? Like, it's been 4.5 years. Like, my kids have grown very much attached to you. We were supposed to be family, and all of a sudden you're telling me that you have a whole new, brand new relationship that easily. I don't know. For me, I think I personally just felt like, I don't know, how can I say it? Like, how could you move on so quickly if I meant so much to you? You know what I mean? So I think that's what really agitated me the most about it. And the fact that you had the audacity to call me and tell me that was like so disrespectful. So, I try not to let it get to me, but even though I would not say anything out loud, internally and in my mind, I was flipping out. Like, I don't know. I was just going crazy inside my head. And I mean, it's not even so much that I wanted him back or anything like that. It's just like, dude, was you not going to give yourself time to get over our situation or whatever? It was just, I don't know. I think what really affected me was the fact that I felt like he should have just gave himself a little bit more time. Yes, I am fully aware that everybody handles their situations differently, but I don't know. Anyway, so after that, that's when I really started noticing the panic attacks started coming along with the anxiety attacks. Now, let me tell you the difference between an anxiety attack and a panic attack. An anxiety attack, the feeling I was having with those, is like I would mostly get them when I was asleep. Mostly, I say about 85 to 90% of the time, I would wake up out of my sleep, sweating, gasping for air, feeling like I was dying, like literally dying. Like, I mean, no, I don't know what it feels like to start dying, but literally the feeling I was having was like I was dying. And nervous, worried. You can't control any of your emotions. You can't control the crying. You can't control the fear. It was just like, oh my God, somebody's after me. And I feel like I want to run, but there's nowhere to run to. The walls are closing in. The room is just getting smaller. And it's like you have nowhere to go. That's the anxiety attack. I'm pretty sure it's a few more things. I just can't remember at this moment. And then a panic attack, when I was having a panic attack, it was like I can't breathe. Like literally, it's like I can't even take a breath in, because when I take a breath in, it's like it hurts. And then I get this feeling in my back where it's like I feel really stiff, and it's like you're grasping for air, but you can't get enough air in because for whatever reason your brain is not allowing you to take deep breaths. So you're kind of like something like that, right? And then it's just like you can't focus. No matter what you do, you just can't focus on anything. And you're just like sitting there like a fish out of water. And I remember when they both got really bad. I remember sitting on the couch. I was trying to call my doctor because I didn't know what any of this was at first. I thought I was just tripping. So I'm on the phone trying to talk to my doctor, and I just couldn't even concentrate with what the lady was on the phone trying to tell me. I ended up hanging up the phone, and my dad called like right after, and he's just like, "Oh hey, I'm out so and so. Call me if you need me." And he's talking to me, but I really can't hear exactly what he's saying because I'm in like full panic mode by this time. And I'm like crying hysterically, but I'm holding the phone so he can't hear me because I'm not really used to just letting everybody in on my emotions, you know what I mean? But I just couldn't take it anymore. And I remember screaming into the phone, "Daddy, help me, something is wrong." Like, you have to excuse me if I get a little emotional. But I remember just screaming into the phone like, "Daddy, something is wrong. You need to come home now and help me." Wherever he was at least 30, 40 minutes away. Dude, my dad got there in like 15. I don't even think it was a whole 15 minutes. I swear he had to do at least 100 the whole way home, at least. And I remember him walking into the house and just... Oh, I remember my dad walking into the house, and as soon as he walked in the house and just started to come towards me, I just like fell into his lap, and it was just like, I don't know. You have to excuse me, guys. I just kind of like fell into my dad's arms, and just I was crying hysterically, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't explain the way I was feeling. I was just completely not myself, if that makes sense to you. I'm sharing this video today because I want people to know that anxiety is real. Panic attacks are real. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter. I'm sharing this video because I want someone to know that you're not the only one. You're not the only one out there with these problems. The problem is real, and I, for one, am not one for medicine. So if you're the same way, my best advice to you is to talk to someone. Do not hold this in, because you holding this in the long run, it can harm you. It can. And luckily for me, I did have someone I can talk. I had a few people I can talk to, like my godmother Joy. Oh man, my grandmother, my dad, my best friend. It's like they were really there for me, and they were understanding. They didn't judge me, or you get some people like, oh, she crazy, oh, she just doing too much because she just had a little breakup, or it was real. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the reason is why you started having these panic attacks and anxiety attacks, the point is, it's real. It is a real issue. It's a real condition. And my best advice to you is seek help. Like I said, I'm not one for medicine, and for me, the best way I can describe any of this to get help is like, you have to talk about it. The more you talk about it, the better you will feel. I know it's just like, oh, talking ain't gonna do nothing, but I'm serious. The more you talk about what's going on and what's bothering you, it really does help. One technique that I started doing was breathing. You breathe in, you breathe out. 1. Breathe in 2. Breathe out 3. Breathe in 4. And you're gonna breathe in and out until you get to 10. And then you're gonna talk to yourself. Talk to yourself out loud. Close your eyes. It's getting hot in here. Excuse me. Talk to yourself. I'm telling you, I know it sounds weird. It sounds crazy, but believe me, it works. Close your eyes. Ask yourself questions. Start with your body. Start from your head and work your way all the way down to your toes. Close your eyes and ask yourself, how does your mind feel right now? What are you thinking about right now? Why are you having those thoughts right now? How does your face feel? How does your neck feel? Can you feel your hands? What does your hands feel like? What does your chest feel like? How does it feel when you breathe in and breathe out? What does your stomach feel like? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Anything. Ask yourself whatever questions you use. You start with the top of your head and you work yourself all the way down to your body. Every body part you have, you work yourself all the way down. How does my legs feel right now? Wiggle your toes. How does my feet feel? Are your feet sweaty? Are they swollen? Just ask yourself all these questions. And by the time you finish going from head to toe, excuse me, I'm getting hot. I'm sitting in my car in Lamert Park while I'm doing my video. Had the windows kind of rolled up. Anyway, sorry about that. Talk to yourself. Touch your face. Let yourself know that you are still here. You are alive. You are breathing. Talk to God. Ask Him to help you get rid of this. Ask Him to help you deal with this in the best way possible. That's what got me through this. Honestly, this is what got me through. Talking to my family, talking to my friends. I researched things online, like what are the best ways to get rid of anxieties or to deal with it. The breathing method that I just showed you was really good. Talking yourself through was really good. Chamomile tea, it didn't really work so much for me, maybe because I didn't really drink it that often, because I don't really like hot drinks that much, but it was okay. Lavender, I went and got some lavender oils, and I would burn like lavender candles and oils around the house. That helped really good. That lavender, lavender is calming, and that really helped for me. And like I said, all of this happened in early July of last year, 2016, and it lasted for a while. Like, honestly, I can say that I'm just really getting to the point where I'm over it. Like, now it's like when it tries to hit me now, I have the power. I'm strong enough to block it before it even gets to that point. It was bad. I mean, it was really bad. It had got to the point where I couldn't sleep. I had became afraid of the dark. Like, literally, I could not sleep in the room without the lights off, because in my mind I was just afraid of something. I don't know. I was just afraid. It got to the point where I couldn't have anybody sleep in the bed with me. Like, even when my daughter would try to like get in, and like one of my daughters or my son would try to like sleep in the bed with me, it would make me have a panic attack, because it was just like they were too close to me. Even if they were on the edge of the bed, it's like they were still just too close, and it would trigger my anxiety. But it goes away. It does. I know that it's going to be different for everybody, because we're all different, but it goes away. But you have to make it go away. You have to get it out of you. You have to pray it away. You have to talk it away. You have to will it away, seriously. Like I said, I started having it in July, and I say maybe November is where it really started releasing out of my body. Like, it was really leaving. And I mean, it was bad. I didn't go to work. It was so bad, I didn't go to work for like 3 months. Literally 3 months I didn't go to work. And I don't know, it's a horrible feeling, and you never really know who is having these feelings. You never really know. That's why I say, be careful of the things that you say to people that you meet, even people that you're just walking down the street and you're meeting for the first time, or you're just passing. There's nothing wrong with just smiling at a person. You never know what saying hi to someone, or telling them, or just smiling at them, or just a nice gesture towards them would really change them. You really never know what's going on in someone's everyday life. And something may be small to you, but it can be traumatic, or like really big in their life. So please just treat people the way that you want to be treated. Know that this is something real, and that it's people out there that really needs help with it. So if you are one of those people, I pray that today I said something that was helpful to you. I pray that you just take into consideration what I said, and maybe even if you're not having this situation, you just want to pass it on to someone else, I pray that you share this video with them. Maybe I can say something, maybe I said something that will spark them. If it didn't spark you, maybe it will spark them. Overall, I wanted to share this video with you. I wanted to share my experience with you, because people need to know it's real. I can't say that enough. It's out there, and I feel like if I share my story, it may touch someone else. So hopefully I did my job. Anyway, thank you for stopping by my channel. Until my next story time. Thank you. Bye-bye.